Welcome back to Drummer 101 Artist Interviews. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys had a good New Year. I know I did. We're sitting here today with Julian Mendoza of Heroes Last Mission. What'd you do for New Year's?
New Year's, we had a show at a local club called the Owl Club, and it was awesome. Really cool to see like friends and family.
Yeah.
It's also a good time.
All right, so let's start. We actually just had a conversation about this, but what got you into music, just in general? Like, how did that process happen?
Music, it's weird. You know, my parents weren't really big music people, but I just kind of started liking it, and they used to take me to CD stores, and I bought a Green Day Dookie album.
Yeah.
And Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
And from then on, I was just music. It was always about music for me.
Yeah.
And, it's just never stopped, because from that point on, I always wanted to learn something. I was telling you earlier, piano. I started piano, but I never really pursued it. But then got into bass and ended up doing drums. Now here I am doing drums. So
it's kind of funny that I've realized is because you speaking of Green Day, and now we're probably never gonna have Trey Cool on this show, but. I used to be obsessed with Green Day, and I was like, I want to be like Trey Cool so bad.
Wow, yeah.
But the older I get, I'm kind of like, I'm finding better drummers, is all I'll say. And I was looking back, I'm like, I wanted to be a musician because of Green Day, and now they're like, I mean, they're good. But they're
for
still...
sure. I think what I took away from Trey Cool is the performance aspect. I always loved the way he performed.
He was fun to watch.
And so if you go to our shows, like, I try to go kind of crazy and, because I just want to have a good time, and I want everyone else to have a good time. So that's kind of like what I pulled from him.
I remember I saw you, because like I mentioned, he's in a band called Heroes Last Mission, but I remember I saw you probably 3 or 4 weeks ago with another band, Love Royale, and you were really fun to watch. I mean, you were just like, you could tell that you were having a good time, because a lot of, you see this a lot in guitarists where they're just like, they almost forget that there's people out there that are just kind of just staring at their instrument, but you're just like, you're like not giving a crap. You're just like looking, you're like, I'm like, that guy's having fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So the question that I wanted to ask you was, well, first of all, how long has Heroes Last Mission been together?
Heroes Last Mission's probably been together for, I think, 8 years, but I joined about 5 years ago. Yeah, it's about 5 years now. And, and then once I joined and we got the right people in, it just kind of took off. And, our lineup's pretty much been the lineup it is for the last 5 years. So, it was just cool. We knew the twins from previous bands. We were in bands that played with each other, and just fate had us finally meet up and start playing some music, and here we are.
Well, the question that brings up is because, I've been watching the Sac music scene, and I've been involved in the Sac music scene for a long time, and bands kind of come and go, and I'm curious if how has your band stayed together for 5 years? Is there some secret you want to tell the people? Like, is it gigging? Is it being with the right musicians? Or
I think it's a lot of the musicians. It's just a personality thing.
Yeah.
I think we all hang out. We pretty much do everything together. It's kind of weird and probably kind of sickening to some people, because we'll go out to eat. Yeah. We were all really big into UFC. We get all giddy over UFC stuff.
I found out about that. Sorry to cut you off, but I found out about that Anderson Silva thing through you, because he posted on Facebook, and I'm like, what is he talking about?
It was bad.
If you're on YouTube already, just go search Anderson Silva breaks his leg and thank him later. So anyways, you started, so you did piano, you did bass, and you did drums, but what was it about drums that, because obviously you're kind of like, okay, piano's not my thing, bass is not my thing. What was it about the drums that kind of kept you with the drums for so long?
I think I just felt like I could just, as dumb as it sounds, like being a young kid, just aggression. Just getting the drums and then just hitting things, and just, getting mad at people at school. Instead of fighting, I just went home and played my drums. So it was just one of those things that just was almost like a stress relief at first, and then part of the other reason I got into it is that there was no drummers at my school, like at the time, that I felt were, good enough to play with me. It was stupid, but and so you know what? I'm just gonna learn it. I'm gonna learn the drums, and then I just couldn't stop, and it's my favorite instrument. I play other stuff, but I think it's my favorite just because it's just that kind of release, and I feel like I just kind of just go in another world. So it's fun. It's fun too.
And I kind of know what you're talking about, because I feel like with singer-songwriters who typically play guitar, they can kind of do their own thing. They can put out albums and stuff. But as a drummer, and I've seen this myself, as a drummer, it's kind of like, I can't really put it on an album with just drums. It's like, you could, but so it's kind of like you're kind of reliant on other musicians. Yeah. So I kind of know what you mean. You're like kind of like, well, and I've had that same desire. I played piano before, but I've had this same desire where I'm like, I should learn guitar, because then I can actually do my own thing. Yeah. So it was kind of like with you. You didn't have a drummer. You're just kind of like, I'll learn it, which is cool. Because actually, one of my favorite musicians. I don't know if Under Oath is really one of my favorite bands, but Aaron Gillespie is amazing, and because he did the Almost as well, and he performs live with musicians, but he recorded and he knows, he played, he wrote all of that stuff on those albums and stuff. So that was also really inspiring too. Oh yeah,
it's always cool to see someone just kind of pursue everything, and the way it went for him is it's cool. I love that the first album we put out. Mm-hmm. I was actually running the other day, and I had that bumping while I'm running. Yeah. It's I love it.
Yeah. But the only thing you do miss out on, though, is, like you said, the relationship, with Hero's Last Mission, because I've been in bands before where, we started getting sick of each other, which is the reason that we probably are not together anymore. But,
it's weird. I don't know. I just knew, once I joined Hero's Last Mission, it just was, a right fit. Because, when we played the first practice, it felt like we'd just been playing forever, which I'd never had before. And I've been in tons of bands and done cool things with previous bands, but there was always a weird tension with people, or maybe not even that. It could just been wrong timing for certain people. But I don't know, something with Heroes, it just kind of clicked, and
there's a vibe there that you don't really know how to explain.
Yeah. And in previous bands we did good stuff, it just wasn't there. So it's really fortunate to have that kind of thing, and I'm sure the touring stuff helps, because you're close together. You're always talk
about that. Elaborate on that, because I know we actually spoke 3 weeks ago when I saw you play. You were talking, and you had just come off a tour.
Yeah.
So where'd you guys go? How was that?
We went all throughout the whole United States. It was a big U.S. tour, 40 days.
Wow.
And which is it's a really long time for a band of our status, because we're independent. We don't have any funding coming in, or any label support or anything. We were fresh out of a management deal at the beginning of the year, so it was just kind of starting over and doing everything ourselves. And it just we got it all booked. We went on tour with Lindsay Paveo from here in Sacramento. She was on the Voice season 2. She was one of the almost made it to the finals, but. It was cool. We also played Double Duty. We were also her band as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
that's cool.
So it just we went all over. We played anywhere from big venues, there was one in Minneapolis that was this huge venue.
Yeah.
To people's living rooms, which was cool too.
Still fun, yeah.
You really get that intimate vibe, and then coffee shops and open mics, and we even showed up to one place in Detroit because our show fell through and asked to play, and we pretty much got a call later.
Yeah.
Come play. All right, cool. And it's just kind of cool to kind of be from out of town and have that kind of support from the community around the world, and states, and it was a fun time. It was a fun time. But I think you're such in close quarters for 40 days, and you sleep in the van sometimes close next to each other, and I think we only had one little incident, but that's bound to happen after 40 days. You're with each other, but it was all good.
Hug it out,
exactly. Everything was all good. So So all in all, it was great. It was a fun thing and a challenge, and just really cool to just see everything around the States even. So,
Yeah.
So.
And I think, I mean, when you're famous, obviously, you know, you it's cool to just play those big gigs, but and you guys are well known. I mean, I've heard about you for 5 years almost. I've been like watching you, and but I think, you know, I like those. You know, it's fun to play like the big gig, but then it's also cool to play like the open mics and the coffee shops, because then you can actually walk off the stage and talk to the people.
Exactly.
And those are the fans that are going to stick around for you to become famous. You know,
Exactly.
And so I think that's cool. But so let's talk about it a little bit. We won't go into it because I know it's kind of like, you know, this is something new. But you guys are in the studio right now doing another. Is it EP or is it an album?
I don't know yet. We've just been writing. I've got my collection of songs. Lee's got his. Art's got his. Louise has. We just had we have a new bass player, Adam, and you know we're excited to have him contribute. I think we just the other day we compiled all our ideas together, so we got a good huge handful of songs.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to do an album. I don't know. Maybe an EP. I don't know yet. But yeah, we're starting now, right here at the beginning of the new year, and just gonna start writing.
Awesome.
We'll see where it takes us. I'm not sure where, and you know, we'll try to get it. I think the only thing I could offer is it might be in a little bit different direction. And we're not sure what we're gonna do with the new stuff. It could be an EP, it could be an album. So
we'll kind of have to weed out like the good songs and the okay songs.
Because we're all completely different styles, you know, different backgrounds. So like you get some pretty funny mixes of music.
Yeah, but that's cool though. I mean, that's what makes people. That's what makes it interesting. You know? If it all sounds exactly the same, you know, then it's kind of...
For sure.
You want people to listen to the whole album. Or EP, whatever it is. All right, you guys. Well, I really appreciate you guys watching. Again, this is Drummer 101 Artist Interviews. My name is Ori Severett. This is Julian Mendoza, man. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Check out Heroes Last Mission on Facebook. There'll be a link into the description. Keep an eye on their new EP/album/ whatever it is. Just keep an eye to find out how long it is. You can find us on Facebook.com/Drummer101 Artist Interviews. We also have a Twitter, which is at D101_AI. We have Instagram, Tumblr. And check out Drummer101.com if you guys are interested in kind of finding some lessons, if you guys want to see what it's like to be a drummer, or if you're already a drummer and you just kind of want to take yourself to the next level. Kevin Prince is the teacher there, and he has a wide array from, I mean, it's rudiments to stuff that I can't even play yet. So check that out. Thanks for watching.